Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So, welcome to the Bhagavad Gita Sararth Varshini Tika by Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur and the sub commentary to Sararth Varshini, which is the Rasikaranjan commentary by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In the last 2-3 days, we have been discussing the 11th chapter and the developments in the 11th chapter. Arjuna, hearing about the Vibhuti Yogas, he has a desire to see the form of the Lord holding all these Vibhutis. Pashyam Yogam Aishwarya. So that Yoga Aishwarya, how he pervades everywhere in this universe. And I have been mentioning that this Vibhuti Yoga chapter is a very important chapter in our development of Krishna consciousness because we are in the material level of consciousness and the things which attract us, understanding that this attraction potency is the vibhutis which Krishna has bestowed upon that jiva, and connecting to Krishna is what is Vibhuti Yoga. And thereby our consciousness gets elevated and comes to the divine level of consciousness or the celestial level of consciousness. And when Arjuna requests Krishna first describes what he is going to see, what is going to come up, and then he says that you cannot see this with your swachakshusha, material vision. I'll give you divine vision. Divyam dadami te chakshu. So that divine vision refers to celestial vision. And Arjuna is considering him as himself as a material person, but actually he is a associate of the Lord, and he is having prema chakshu. So in one sense, there's a downgrade, not an upgrade, a downgrade for Arjuna, that he comes down from the transcendental vision to the celestial vision. And for the sadhakas, from the material vision, they have to, come to the celestial vision. So in that context, we discussed the concept of the Virata Purusha and how it is different from the Vishwarupa. The Vishwarupa is spiritual. It is a top down. The Virat Purusha is a conception. It is a down top. And here, the Satchidanand, the Lord Himself expands in the form of the universe. Whereas there, this material world which is made of Mahatadibi, is a conception tool used by the yogis to meditate. And it is for sadhakas, especially in material consciousness or in material vision, the best tool for remembering the Lord. And the Vibhuti Yoga is speaking about it. Further, in fact, in one sense, this is expanded in the second canto where the Virat Purusha is discussed many times. So we saw Krishna's description of the universal form and he giving the celestial vision. Then Sanjay's description, and when Sanjay starts describing, actually the Lord revealed the form, you know. So we saw that very clearly, and what Sanjay is now seeing in the universal form, he describes. Now what Arjuna is seeing in the universal form is being described from verses 15 to 31, which we will be now discussing. अर्जुन उवाच पश्यामि देवांस्तव देवदेह सर्वांस्तथा भूतविशेषसङ्गान् ब्राह्मणम् ईशं कमलासनस्थं ऋषींश्च सर्वान् उर्गांश्च दिव्यान्. Arjuna said, in your body, tava deva dehe. Deva is referring to the Lord, and in his body. So this body, actually, if you see the picture of the Vishwarupa, I put it here, yeah. So the Lord's body, here you can see, in one sense, Krishna is describing what is going to come up in the universal form. Pashyame Parth Rupani Sahasra Nana Alak. But Arjuna is not able to see that time. Only in the 8th verse, when Krishna says Divyam Dadami Te Chakshu, that time he gives him, and then this form is revealed. At that time, There is no more Krishna here. Actually, the universal form is there. There's no more Krishna. So you have to understand that. Although, in this picture, both Krishna and universal's form is being shown, it is depicted, but it's difficult to depict such kind of a vision that too in a picture. It's difficult. So, but it's an excellent job done by the BVT, I can say. So, so Arjuna is seeing now. He's no more seeing Krishna. He's seeing uh, in the body of the Lord. I see all the devatas. Pashami devams, Bahuvachan it is, as well as the mass of all living beings. Sarvam sata bhuta vishesha sangan. All the living beings are there in the body. I see Lord Brahma, Brahmanam, Vishnu, who is situated within Brahma, sitting on his lotus. Isham Kamalasastam. That means right from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu to the top of the lotus where Brahma is situated, and all the living beings in the 14 planetary systems, all the rishis, Rishim Cha Sarvan, the Sapt rishis who are there in the Sapta Mandala, you know, and shining snakes, Urugamsha Divyan. So in the lower planetary systems and up till below the Bhumandala, there is the Anand Shesh, all the entire universe is seeing now. Okay. Vishwanath Jagatakur. I see a multitude of viviparous animals, Bhuta Visheshan. What is this viviparous animals? I've never heard this term. First time I'm coming across. Let me. Where is the app for WordWeb? I don't know. Yes, Vinita Mataji, you have a question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, viviparuses are those who give birth, and oviparuses egg-laying animals.
Viviparous is what?
Those who give birth directly to the baby, and oviparuses to the egg-laying process.
Viviparous. Okay. Producing living young, not eggs.
Yes.
Uh, Life bearing. And what other one, what you said?
Viviparous is giving birth directly to the young one,
Uh,
and oviparous is first you lay the egg, and from the egg the young one.
Ovi means it's understood egg laying.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is, so he's speaking about all the human beings there, correct? Mhm. Animals, Bhuta Visheshan and Brahma situated on Mount Meru at the center of the lotus on Earth planet. Earth planet means in the Bhumandala, there is Mount Meru, and on the top of Mount Meru, also that is the residence of Brahma when he comes down, in fact. But Brahma resides actually in Satyaloka, which is at a different platform. This is on the Bhumandala. So like that, अनेकबाहूदर वक्त्रनेत्रं पश्यामि त्वां सर्वतनन्तरूपं नान्तं न च मध्यं न पुनस्तवादिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूप. So here from this you can see that this title comes Vishwarupa Darshan Yoga. I see you everywhere. Pashami Tvam Sarvata. Everywhere he's saying, with infinite form, Anantarupam, with many arms, stomachs, mouth, and eyes, Aneka Bahu Udara Vaktra Netram. O Lord of the universe, origin of all this, Vishveshwara. O form of the universe, Vishwarupa. I do not see, na Pashami, a beginning, middle, or end of this form of yours. Tvam Adim Anta Madhyam. Vishveshwara means the original person, the origin of this form. किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रिणं च तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तमन्तं पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्षं समन्तात् दीप्तानरलर्कद्वितीयम् अप्रमेयम्. I see you, Pashami Tvam, with crown, club, chakra, kiritinam, gadinam, chakrinam cha. A mass of light shining everywhere. Tejo Rashim Sarvato Diptimantam. Difficult to behold, Durnirikshayam, with immeasurable radiance. Apramayam Dvitim, on all sides, Samantat, like the blazing of fire and sun. Dipta Anala Arka. So Sanjay had mentioned, like, just like, There were thousand suns at the same time rising. That was the radiance and effulgence of this Vishwarupa. So it's inconceivable. Arjuna is also speaking the same thing. Now he glorifies Tvamaksharam Paramam Veditavyam Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam Tvamavyaya Shashvata Dharma Gopta Sanatanastvam Purusha Mato Me. You are known as the Supreme Brahman. Tvam Akshara Paramam Veditam. So you are Supreme Brahman. Now, have you come across this Akshara Paramam? Where have you come across anywhere in the Bhagavad Gita up till now? Anyone knows? Anyone remembers? Anyone remembers where we have come across Akshara Paramam? Anyone remembers? I hope you are all having the Bhagavad Gita when you sit here for the class. That's from that we can understand the seriousness of the study of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Sri Lalita Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, 8.3.
8.3. You have that textbook with you?
Yes.
How quickly you are able to search? You had some idea, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Very good, very good. Excellent. Akshara Brahma Paramam. Akshara Brahma Paramam. So Akshara can refer to, the living entity, but Vishwanath Thakur takes as the Lord here. So all acharyas have different, ways in which the translation they do, and they have a particular angle from which they are seeing. All are right. So here you can see, now he's confirming. Tvam. Akshara Paramam Veditavyam. Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam. You are the shelter of everything. You are indestructible, the protector of eternal dharma. Tvam Avyaya Shashvata Dharma Gupta. I know that you are the ancient person. Sanatanas Tvam Purusha Matome. Okay, Vishwanath Thakur. You are known by the strivers for liberation as Brahma, Aksharam. So this is strivers for liberation, and this is referring to, the Mokshakami. The Mokshakami understand the absolute truth as Brahman. So Arjuna, not Arjuna, Krishna in 7.22, 29 and 30 introduced, you know, this term Brahman. And then in 8th chapter, first and second verses, Arjuna asks question, and then Krishna starts defining these terms, what they are. You are the place of destruction of all things, Nidhanam. That's it. Very short purports are there for these verses. Anadi madhyantam ananta viryam ananta bahum shashi surya netram pashyami tvam dipta hutashaya vaktram swatejasa vishvam idam tapantam. I see you without beginning, middle or end. Pashyami tvam anadi madhya antam. Possessed of infinite strength, Ananta Viryam, 1,000 arms, Ananta Bahum, and the sun and moon for your eyes, Sashi Shurya Netram, with a mouth of blazing fire, Dipta Hutasha Vaktram. So there is a blazing fire coming out from the mouth of the Vishwarup, burning this universe with your heat. Swa Tejasa Vishwam Idam Tapantam. With words like Anadi, Arjun seems to repeat himself. Do not find fault, however, with the repetition of the words of Arjuna, who was submerged in the ocean of rasa of great astonishment, Mahavishmeras. Sometimes, we all have experience, Suppose, in the dark, you suddenly see a huge snake. You come running, run, snake, 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 repeat, you'll repeat. No? So he's in Vismairas and Ananta, Anadi, he's speaking like that. So you have to understand the emotions, what Arjuna is going through. It is said, Prasade Vismay Harsha Dvi Trir Uktam Na Dushyanti. Repetition of statements 2 or 3 times due to joy, astonishment, or kindness is not a fault. द्वापृथ्व्योरिदम् अन्तरं हि व्याप्तुं त्वयेकेन दिशश्च सर्वा दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदं लोकत्रयं प्रतियतितं महात्मान्. The space between heaven and earth, dva a prithviyor idam antaram hi. That is heaven and earth. And in all directions, dishascha sarva are filled with you alone. Vyaptum tvaya ekena. Seeing this astonishing and ferocious form of yours, društva advutam rupam ugrata vedam. Now you can see the transition from the Vishwarupa, the Kala Rupa. The Kala Rupa is manifesting with Ugra Rupam, and the fire is manifesting. You saw that. So ultimately, just a minute, I will share one important slide here, which I could not discuss. Just a minute. Give me a minute. I'll just share one slide. Yeah. Is it? No, it's missing. One minute. Give me a minute, please. Uh, yes, I got it. So here I would like to bring out yes. So yeah, I'm sharing the slides. So the Kala sorry, the Vishwarupa turns into a Kalrupa. So there is a evolution of thought happening of the people in the three modes. In the mode of ignorance, there is withdrawal from reality to illusion, drugs, intoxication, virtual reality. And nowadays, with this mobile, people think that, by being hooked into something which is not anything to do with reality, you know, they feel emotions, happiness, joy while seeing these videos, some laughter and all. But with people, they cannot share these emotions. Something is, our consciousness is degrading worse than animals. What to speak, even animals, don't so much interact with matter as, we interact. Then in the mode of passion, we try to enjoy the reality of the world, try to control it, dominate sex, power, and all that. But in the mode of questioners, the focus shifts from control to observation and appreciation of nature. And there is meditation, God as nature, you know. So, and from goodness, it comes to a little spiritual where there is the impersonal meditation and there's a personal. So, this is dealt in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, you know, chapter 12. Okay. But just below this level is this is called as the Brahmopasana, the worship of the, and this is called as the Vishwa Rupa Upasana. Now, what is happening here is basically Krishna is showing the real nature of this material world, which is so beautiful. Sometimes, people go to trips in the Himalayas or, some Darjeeling and all, and suddenly there is an earthquake or landslides, and they see the devastating nature of material nature. So, Krishna is showing this form ultimately to take the Vishwarupa Upasakas and show his beautiful Sham Sundar form and how that is superior. So that's what is also being established here in in this 11th chapter, how the Dvibhuj Upasana on Sham Sundar is superior compared to the Vishwarup Upasana on the universe. So that's why he is now showing the Kala Rupa, Ugram Tavedam. The three words have become terrified. Lokatrayam Prativatitam. O great soul, Mahatman. Okay. Now that Arjuna had the proper qualification, the Lord showed his form as time. See, Kala Rupa, I told you. This is described in 10 verses. So 10 verses will describe the Kala Rupa from now. Ami च त्वां सुरसङ्गविशन्ति केचिद्भीता प्राञ्जलयो गृह्णन्ति स्वस्तित्युक्त्वा महर्षिसिद्धसङ्गा स्तुवन्ति त्वां स्तुतिभिः पुष्कलाभिः. The host of Devatas take shelter of you. Ami hi tvam surasanga vishanti. Some in fear praise you with folded hands. Kechit bhita pranjalayor grinanti. Shouting, Swasti, Swasti iti ukta. The host of great sages and siddhas, Maharshi Siddha Sangha, praise you, Stuvanti Tvam, with excellent verses. Stuti bhi, Pushkala bhi. Now you have to understand what is now exactly happening. Now, as Arjuna is seeing this Vishwarupa, now within that he's seeing all these devatas, you know, and all these rishis outside the universal form, not inside. Inside the universe, he's seeing all these rishis, devas, all he's seeing. But outside, like in the heavenly planets and in the upper planets, the rishis who are residing, they are also seeing this universal form and they are getting terrified. Bhita Pranjali, or with folded hands, they are let there be swasti, swasti. Let there be auspiciousness in this universe. Great sages and all siddhas, they are all stuvanti, they are praising. Okay. Now, who are these? Rudraditya Vasavo Ye Cha Sadhya Vishve Ashwino Marutaschoshma Pascha Gandharva Yakshasura Siddha Sangha Vikshanti Tvam Vismitaschaiva Sarva. Now, who are all these who are outside seeing within the universe? Now you have to visualize this. Now within the Vishwarupa, there are all these Adityas, Rudras, Vasus, Sadhyas, which was mentioned in the back previous verses. And outside, there are also those personalities. So there are two sets of personalities, one within the Vishwarupa and one who are actually there in the universe. So all these Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, Sadhyas, Vishwas, the Ashwini Kumaras, Marutas, Pitras, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras, Siddhas, all look at you in astonishment. Vismita Vikshante. That is Vishmita Ras, Adbhuta Ras. Ushmapa refers to those who drink hot vapor of food. So Ushmapa refers to the Pitras. The Pitras are those who reside in the moon planet. They are called as Pitraloka. Moon is called as Pitraloka. And they actually drink Ushmapa. Ushma is steam. So the water which is evaporated from all the oceans by the sun, that quality, that fine water actually goes up in the moon planet, and that's how the somras is made. And this hot water vapor is the food of the you know pitras. Sometimes you must also have an experience. If you go in a hot steam bath, there are hot steam chambers, and everywhere it is steam, and you inhale steam, and from the mouth you breathe out steam, you feel something nice, right? So the Pitralokas, they are just, this is their food. That refers to the Pitras. The Shruti says, Ushma Bhaga hi Pitra. The Pitras eat the steam. This is from the Taittiriya Brahmana, Yajurveda. रूपं महत्ते बहुवक्त्र नेत्रं महाभावो बहु बहु उरपादं बहूदरं बहुदंष्ट्रकलार करालं दृष्ट्वा लोकप्रतिवतितस्तताहम्. O mighty armed one, Mahabhavu, seeing this great form, Drushva Rupam Mahate, with many mouths and eyes, Bahu Vaktra Netram, many arms, thighs, and feet, Bahu, Bahu Ura Padam, many stomachs, fearful with many teeth, Bahu Udaram, Bahu Damstra Karalam. So, the Vishwarupa has, the very ferocious, fearful with many teeth, the world is filled with terror. Loka pratiyatas tata aham. And I am also terrified. So now this astonishment from this Adbhuta Rasa, Vismay Rasa, it comes down to Bhayanak Rasa. The Kalrup, Arjuna is fearful, to instill fear in Arjuna's heart, something really terrifying should be there. Otherwise, he's fearless. Kshatriya, So now he becomes completely fearful, fearless, fearful, Bhayanak Ras. Nabasparsham diptam aneka varnam vyattananam dipta vishala netram drishtva hi tvam pratiyatyantaratma dhritim cha vindami samam cha Vishnu. Oh Vishnu, Vishnu. Now he is not Krishna, he is Vishnu. So another deep meaning of Vishnu is Vishnu refers to Vishva Anu, one who resides within atoms also. Anu is atoms. So he's everywhere, Seeing you touch the heavens, Društva hi tvam nabasparsham, shining with many colors, diptam aneka varnam, with gaping mouth, vettata ananam, ananam is the mouth, and wide blazing eyes, dipta vishala netram, have become distressed in mind. Pratavita antaratma, and I do not find any satisfaction or relief. Dhritim che vindami samam cha. Shama means relief or tranquility. And Shama is, when the mind is free from desires, then you become tranquil. दंष्ट्राष्ट्रकरालनि च ते मुखानि दृष्टैव कालानलसन्निभानि दिशो न जाने न लभे च शर्मा प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास. Seeing your mouths with sharp teeth, drishtva damshtra karalani. So sharp teeth, cha te mukani, like the fire of cosmic destruction. Kalanala sannibhani. I cannot recognize the direction. Dishocha na jane. I feel no comfort. Na labecha sharma. O master of the devas, devesha. So devesha is deva and isha. So deva and isha in Sanskrit, when you combine, it becomes devesha. So devesh means the isha of the devas is devesha. Of course, in English you write like this, but in Sanskrit it is devesh. Abode of the universe, Jagan Nivasa, be merciful to me. So you see the whole address of Arjuna, who is in Sakras with Krishna, is, O master of devas, O abode of the universe, Jagan Nivas. So all these are gown names he's addressing. His rasa has changed completely with Krishna. Okay, now further. Now, within the Vishwarupa, he sees all these armies of Kauravas and Pandavas entering. Ami च त्वां धातराष्ट्रस्य पुत्र सर्वे स इवावनि पालसंगे भीष्मो द्रोण सुतपुत्रस्तथासो सहस्माद्यैरपि योधमुखे वक्त्राणि च तव रामानः विशन्ति दंश्राकरालानि भयानकानि केचिद्विलग्न दशनन्तरानेषु संदर्शन्ति चूर्णितेर उत्तमांगे. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, Amicha Dhatarashtrasya Putra. So Krishna had mentioned, Yacha Anyat Drishtum Ichasi, and whatever you want to desire, what will be the outcome of this battle? So in the Kala Rupa, now he's seeing the outcome. What happened? He is seeing now the outcome of the Kurukshetra battle, the future, what is going to come up. So what he's saying, all the sons of Dhritarashtra, Amicha Dhatarashtrasya Putra, along with the host of rulers of the earth, Sarve Saha Eva Avani Pala Sange. Avani Pala means the rulers of earth. Who are they? Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Sutaputra is Karna. Together with our prominent warriors, Tata Asmadyer Api Yoda Mukhya Saha. So even the warriors on the Pandava side enter swiftly. Twa Ramana Vishanti. Into your fearful mouth with sharp teeth. Te Dhamshra Karalani Bhayanakani Vaktrani. Some with their heads ground up. Ketit Churniter Uttamange. So Uttamange means, the head. So in the Anga, the body, the best is the Uttamanga. Uttamanga is referring to the best part of the body, that is the head. So all the heads are entering in this ferocious Kalarup form of the Lord, and it has huge teeth. And I think that picture of the universal form, let me see, because then you can get a much, much better picture. Let me see. I have it, I think. Yeah. Universal form. Just a minute. Yeah, there is only one here, but there is one more famous picture where all are entering the mouth in the ferocious form. Just a minute. Able to get it. I've seen that picture where all these uh, entities are being crushed in the teeth of that universal form. There's a famous picture. I don't know if you are able to get it, so you can share me the picture. Um, no, the BBT picture I'm not able to. BBT picture is the best I can say about this. Okay, I'm not able to find it. So you can visualize, what exactly Arjuna is seeing, uh, the ferocious form where all these bodies are entering and they are getting crushed at the teeth, and the bodies are getting crushed, as though universal form is, you know, you know, you know, he's licking also these bodies that will come up further. So the Russians had this against this, what kind of god they worship, what kind of these Hindus, and that was. And now he gives two analogies. Yata nadinam bhavo ambuvega samudram eva bimukha dravanti tata tavami naraloka veera vishanti vaktrani abhi vijwalanti. As many swift rivers of currents of river, yatha nadinam bahu ambuvega, swift currents, flow towards the sea. Samudram eva bhimuka dravanti. So these heroes of the world, Tata Ami Naralokavira, enter your flaming mounts. Tava Abhi Jwalanti Bhaktarani Vishanti. So this is the first analogy of just like rivers entering the sea or the ocean. Two examples are given to describe the entering the mounts in two verses. In the first example, they enter unintentionally without understanding it. In the second example, they enter knowingly. Now the second example, after this I will discuss. Yada pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samudra vega tateva nashaya vishanti loka tavapi vaktrani samudra vega. As moths, yata patanga, with increasing speed, samudra vega, enter a blazing fire. Pradiptam jwalantam vishanti, to meet their destruction, nashaya. So men, tataloka, enter your mouths, tavapi vaktrani vishanti, with increasing speed, samudra vega, to meet their destruction, nashaya. So these are the two examples. Now, please understand these examples where in these two verses. One is both the Kauravas and the Pandava heroes are all entering. Almost everyone except the Pandavas, nobody survived. You know that only few warriors survived, including the Pandavas, that is Sataki and some few others. So one example is just like rivers entering sea, like that the heroes are entering in your mouth. The second example is just like moths entering fire and being destroyed. Similarly, men were entering your mouth and they were meeting their destruction. So can you think about why these two examples, two different examples are given? What is the reason? Anyone can think about it. Just try to think and come up with some reasoning why, these two different examples are given. Anyone? Why two different examples are given? What does it convey? What does it convey? Okay, Sri Lalita Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It is this moth and fire is like the self-destructive mentality, right, Prabhuji? Because of that, they want to enjoy, and then they are attracted to the thing, and then so they are drawn to that fire, and because of that, they get distracted.
Moths is referring to what he said?
Moth and fire is that like self-destructive nature, Prabhuji. Like I mean, you're attracted. The moth is attracted to the fire, and then it is attracted to the flame, and then on its own it gets destructed because of its attraction.
Correct. Okay. Then why is that other example given? Rivers entering ocean.
Mhm.
Good try, I can say, but what is your reasoning for the rivers entering? Why that example? What that example conveys?
They think I merging with. Yes. I don't
Yeah,
know.
both are merging.
Yeah,
See, both
they
are
want to,
entering. Moths are
yeah.
entering fire. They are getting destroyed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And oceans are also rivers are merging in the ocean. So why these two different analogies are given? It's very deep, you know. It's
Why?
not.
Because they are not devotees. They think that merging with Brahman effulgence. I don't know. I'm taking
Okay,
over.
it's a very good guess, but here actually, those who are devotees, they are they are entering into this because ultimately they also meet destruction one day, but they are entering is compared with the analogy of the rivers
Cat holding a
entering
chicken.
ocean because they are again uniting with the Lord, union.
Yeah.
Yeah, and moths entering fire is they are getting destroyed. you know so that's not a union which is happening with the Lord. you know
Yeah.
so that's why two different analogies have been given. This is explained by one of the great logicians, Tarka Ratna he's called. That is
Okay.
in the Sri Sampradaya after Ramacharya there was one great Tikakar who wrote a lot of commentaries on the Gita and all the Upanishads. His name I'm not able to recollect. Very famous Acharya, and he has commented on the Ish Upanishads also. Ish Upanishads also, there is multiple commentaries book is there, na?
Mhm.
Uh, uh,
Vedanta Desikar, Prabhu.
Vedanta Desika, correct, correct, correct. Vedanta Desika, very famous. Vedanta Desika. I was not able to recollect. So Vedanta Desika gives this understanding. Okay.
Okay.
So these two analogies, that's what it indicates. Vedanta Desika gives this explanation. Otherwise, why these two verses are different. Same thing, why. So the devotees like Bhishma and Drona, they are compared to the rivers meeting the ocean, whereas the evil-minded Dhritarashtra sons, they are compared to the moths entering fire, destruction. Okay. Here is that verse, where the universal form is licking the bodies, with its mouth. Leliyase grasaman samantat lokan samagran vadane jwaladibhi tejobhir apurya jagat samagram bhashyastavogra Pratapanti Vishnu, swallowing Grasimana, all these men, Lokan Samagran, all around Samantat, with your fiercey mouths, Jwaladibi Vadaner, you are licking your lips repeatedly. Leliyase, Leliyase means, licking. Oh Vishnu, your face fierce rays, Tava Ugra Bhasa, Bhasa means the rays, Bhaskar, filling the whole universe with their heat. Tejo bhir apurya jagat samagram are burning it up. Pratapanti. Tapanti means, burning, and pratapanti is a prefix. Now Arjuna is fearful and he's no more seeing Krishna. As I mentioned, he's seeing the Vishwarupa. So he's asking now, Akhyahi me kon bhavan ugra rupa namostu te devavara prasida vig vigyatum ichhami bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. Tell me, Akhyahi me, who are you? Kon bhavan? With this terrifying form, Kaha bhavan ugra rupa. Who are you this? I offer respects to you. Namo astute. O best of the Devas, Devavara, be merciful to me, Prasid. I desire to know you, Bhavantam Vigyaptum Ichhasi. The first being Adyam. I do not understand your purpose. Nahi Praja Nami Tava Pravrittim. What is your purpose, Pravrittim? So there's where Arjuna's prayers end. And now, based on this question of Arjuna, Krishna replies in 3 verses. So before I take this one more section, which is very short, If you have any questions on Arjuna's description of the universal form and any clarifications you have, you can raise your hands. Yes, Tukaram Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandapana.
Yes.
Just a small clarification. So far, I had understood that it's like, government of India, Krishna at the top, and respective devatas are administering their respective responsibilities. Why is that Krishna is showing this Vishwarupa? I mean, this is somewhat different from the administration setup that we have been hearing. Am I able to convey you my question, Prabhu?
No, that's what I'm trying to understand. What exactly what
Yeah.
you're trying.
Why in Vishwarupa, why Krishna himself is showing all this? Because already there is a setup, we have administration setup, administrative
Yeah,
setup.
Okay. I got it. Now basically you have to understand how, the administration of the universe happens. Basically, there are these three Vishnus,
Right, right,
the Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu,
sure.
and Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, let me first finish, the discussion. Okay, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Now, Vishnu is Krishna in office. Krishna, has nothing to do with the administration. So there are the three guna avatars, the three modes manifest. So Brahma, passion, Vishnu maintains goodness, although he's transcendental, and Shiva is ignorance. And then right from Brahma, from the topmost planet, down, there are the administrative demigods up till, there are, on earth also there are Nara Devas and so many all this. So all these personalities, they are empowered and given power, and the Shakti which they are getting, actually everything is coming from Krishna. So that is why Krishna in the Vibhuti Yoga identifies himself with these, personalities, so that we can connect to Krishna. And ultimately it shows that there is only one God, there are no many gods. And that one God has many unlimited forms in order to reciprocate the different modes of worship of his devotees. So in the Vishwarup, Krishna is showing how, it's only he who is everywhere, You know, he's showing. And that's why he's all pervading everywhere. And all the devtas are his, his vibhutis. So that's what Krishna is displaying in this Vishwarupa. You can see that. Does that, make sense to you, Prabhuji?
Right, Prabhu. Understood, Prabhu. I just wanted to know if there is any specific reason. We
Most
know,
important is the Vibhuti Yoga.
yeah,
How all the vibhutis are actually coming from Krishna. One. Secondly, most important is how Krishna is pervading in this universe. Now, uh, you all must have seen the recent film, which is Maha Avatar Narsimha, yes?
yes, Prabhu.
I just wanted to make a point. Something which really struck me in that movie is after, Prahlad is thrown in the waters and Varuna picks him up. And then the Lord himself gives him darshan. And then after that, Prahlad is seeing everywhere, he's seeing the Chaturabhuj form. So everywhere Krishna is there, but he was bestowed that divine vision. Similarly, Arjuna is bestowed the divine vision, the celestial vision, where he is able to see, the whole, in everywhere Krishna is pervading. Similarly, if we start seeing everything in this universe as the vibhuti of Krishna and connect to Krishna and become Krishna conscious, everything we'll see, we'll perceive Krishna only.
Right, Prabhu.
That's how we become Krishna conscious. So it's a very important. And another aspect is also to show ultimately that, Upasana of his two-handed form is superior to Vishwarupa Upasana. That I brought out, if you remember now, recently. Okay. So that is also being accomplished by this. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Tukaram, sorry, Bir Krish Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam, Prabhu.
Yes,
Prabhu, small clarification, Prabhu.
yes.
This Visrupa form, it's a spiritual, but it is temporary form, no, Prabhu?
Temporary. Well, uh, I will turn your question and put it other way. Okay, Bir Krish Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Can spiritual forms be temporary?
Uh, actually, no, Prabhu, that's why.
Okay.
My
Now
point is,
you can say Trivikrama. Trivikrama is a temporary form or what? Oh Lord.
no, no, no.
Vaman Dev is temporary form. Both are spiritual.
Both are spiritual, yes.
Uh-huh. So right. So there is a
So,
Trivikrama temple. There is a
from, I mean,
Trivikrama temple in Kumbakonam. I had been there,
mhm.
and there is Bali Maharaj head on one of the legs of the Lord, and the other leg is spread. It's only 15 feet wide. One of the biggest temples. And there is, for your
Mm,
kind information, there is the Vishwarupa temple. Has anyone visited the Vishwarupa temple?
no.
Again, there is this is again in Kumbakonam. When you enter the Garbhagudi, the Sanctum Sanctorum, you'll wonder where is it deities, because the whole, entire space inside, once you enter, the whole space is, huge, 20 feet, the Lord form is there, where it's spread as the universe, Yes, in Kanchipuram,
Mhm.
yes. So that is the Vishwarupa temple there. So Prabhupada in his lectures on this 11th chapter, he mentions, when it is mentioned, everywhere is his hands, legs. So Krishna has expanded this form, So he says, how will you do dressing? How will you do ultra seva, So Krishna, out of his compassion, has come in, in the deity form, in the two-handed form, so that he can accept this. Otherwise, he's, Sahasra Shisha Purusha, you know. So out of his compassion, he has come in this form for us to exhibit his mercy. So like that. So that is spiritual then, correct?
Yes,
So
yes,
that
yes.
makes sense then?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any
And
other
Prabhu,
question? Yeah.
Prabhu, this, what do you call, this the vision what Arjuna is seeing. I mean, the kind of I mean, Kala Rupa, this kind of vision. Was it same vision seen by Sanjay also, or it was partial only?
Sanjay was also seeing it. But whether he was able to see the entire Kala Rupa and all, I have no idea
Mm.
about it. None of the
Mm.
acharyas have mentioned. But Sanjay is able to see the Vishwarupa. That's what we know.
Because by hearing only, it's this description itself is very fascinating.
Uh, but it's an
Mm.
interesting question whether, because if Arjuna, Sanjay is seeing and then telling this to Dhritarashtra will
Yes,
be
war
demotivated.
should have been avoided.
He's seeing all so that's why there is a Sanjay's description gets over there, then Arjuna's description is there. So
Mm.
like that, it is given. So whether it is revealed to Dhritarashtra about this or what exactly happened, those details we don't have.
Looks like no. Looks like
No, but we cannot speculate also
yes,
until we
yes,
get
yes.
some perspective from the acharyas. Okay,
Thank
now
you. Thank
Bhavan, who are you? He asked Ugra Rupa. So now the Vishwarupa speaks. Although Bhagavan Vacha, it is Vishwarupa speaking. Kalosmi lokashayakrit pravriddha lokan samahartum iha pravritta ritepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve te vyavastita pratyanikeshu yodha. The Lord said, I am time, Kalasmi, the Kalarupa, the destroyer of the worlds, Lokashayakrit. increasing in power, pravriddha. I am here engaged in destroying these men. Loka samahartum iya pravritta. Even without you, ritepi tvam. All these warriors arranged in confronting armies. Te vyavastita prati nikeshu yuddha will cease to be. That means all will be destroyed by me. In order to destroy all these egotistical persons, I have descended in the form of time. So you have ego, Krishna will one day destroy the ego. I will destroy all the opposition. In this act of destruction, I am the doer, not you. Interesting. Krishna is saying, I am the doer, not you. Then, now, Krishna orders Arjuna, Tasma tvam uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrum bhoksha rajyam samudram mayevata nihita purvameva nimittamatram bhava savyasachin. Therefore, rise and gain fame. Tasma tvam uttishta yasho labhasva. Conquering the enemies, jitva shatrun, enjoy a prosperous kingdom. Bhongshva rajyam samudram samriddhi. These have all been killed by me. Mayeva ete nihita. Already purvameva. Just be my instrument. Nimitta matram bhava. Oh Arjuna, Savyasachi. So, what does this mean that they have all been killed by me? That means they'll be killed through the instrument of Arjuna. And Arjuna gets the credit of killing. That's the love and compassion of the Lord on his devotee. So that's why, Krishna Arjuna tells Arjuna to take the sense of doership, and as an instrument. And it's not that Arjuna has attitude, oh, already the Lord has killed, I need not, I can just keep my bow and arrow and just, no, you have to be engaged in full action. And that's why Arjuna has been addressed as Savyasachi. Savyasachi is Arjuna was dexterous in using the bow and arrow with both the left hand and the right hand. So, how a devotee should work in Krishna consciousness, it's not that, oh, ultimately, everything is dependent on the Lord and I don't endeavor. When one endeavors, one should work in a consciousness that everything depends on me, that I am the doer. And when the results come, he should give it to Krishna and I have not done anything. A sense of non-doership should be there. Ultimately it is Krishna's mercy, Krishna's inconceivable mercy upon me. So he should be in the sense of non-doership that time. So that is surrender. That is surrendered consciousness. This destruction does not depend upon you. Just become my instrument in this battle. Stand and fight. It is proper that you attain victorious fame and royal pleasure. I have destroyed all. O Savyasachi, expert woman, just become my instrument. So I mentioned. Now, Krishna says, Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratam cha Karnam tathanyaphi yodhya viran maya hatam stvam jahi ma vyavastita yuddhasvate chetasi rane sapatnan slay tvam jahi. Who? Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha. Because these were the formidable, these were like Timangalas and even Karna and other brave warriors. Yeah. And he especially mentions Jayadratha because you know the whole incident, Jayadratha, what happens in the battle of Kurukshetra, So that's why he mentions Jayadratha, who have already been killed by me. Maya Hatan, do not grieve. Ma Vyatishtyat Vyatishta. Fight Yuddhasva and you will be victorious. Jitasi over the enemy. Sapatnan in the war. Rane. So after hearing this, Arjuna offers his prayers to the universal form and then he'll make a request also. So we'll go through this in the next class. Okay. Any questions or clarifications you have up till now, what we have discussed? Okay, so we end here. Thank you very, very much. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Hare Krishna.